are you, sir?
Great, how are you?
Good, this is for you.
Oh, it is? Now I'm in control. I've got questions about your past.
Pete, ask me whatever you want.
I get a microphone.
You get a microphone and everything, man.
Pleasure's all mine. Aaron,
too.
God, your shirt. Incredible. Oh, like my favorite film.
Wasn't it great?
Yes, but I feel like, I don't know, it tells too much about you when you say that, so.
Well, hey, we're
Yeah.
kindred spirits.
Yeah.
Ask me whatever you want.
How did you come to be a Fantasia Film Festival expert?
Well, I'm not an expert, just a fan.
Good.
Probably because I watched a lot of movies that you made growing up. Have you been to Fantasia before?
I have not.
This is probably the best genre film festival in the world.
It seems
You're
like
going to see the audience is unbelievable. You got to work with the great Chuck Russell. Were you familiar with his work before you jumped into this project?
Yeah. I was a big fan of The Mask and The Blob.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yes,
Dream
and
Warrior.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Yeah.
And what is it about horror that keeps us coming back to the genre?
Because a good horror movie has heart. If you take a good horror
agree.
movie and if you take the scares away, if you take a good horror movie and change the music, it could be a comedy, it could be anything, but it has to have heart.
Comedy and horror, because I've done both,
Yeah, I know
are
you have.
surprisingly similar.
Right.
That We're creating suspense and we're surprising the audience.
Yeah.
We're giving them just what they want in the way they least expect it.
Yeah.
That's the plan. I think horror, the catharsis of horror, is one of the most intense cinematic experiences we can have as a tribe, all sitting elbow to elbow in the dark.
What was it like to jump into a movie like this that had a lot of people wondering how they were going to take the mantle of Witchboard and bring it to?
I mean, I had never seen the.
So for you, there was no
original.
preconceived. It was just like
No, there wasn't really a preconceived
Right.
thing. I had a bunch of my friends are like big horror fanatics, and
Yeah.
they were like, oh, you're
Yeah,
doing a Witchboard
of course,
remake.
of course.
But that didn't really occur to me until now.
I'm sorry if I make you nervous.
well aware of who Chuck Russell was, and
Yeah.
to come onto this movie was a special thing. I was one of the last pieces to come on. I actually came onto the film, I think, 5 or 6 days out from principal photography.
Oh,
It was a
wow.
very last minute thing.
Okay.
And it was very intimidating because I knew that I was starring opposite Madison Eisman and Jamie Campbell Bower, who's a hell of an actor as well.
Yes.
Both of them. And they've already ebbed and flowed and had their experiences within the horror and thriller genre.
Right,
This was
yeah, of
my first time.
Working with the great Chuck Russell, horror, you're not stranger to horror. Fun?
So much fun.
Yeah.
Which I think is also so great about our movie. I feel like there's so much horror nowadays that is so to the core.
Yeah.
Can't sleep at night,
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
wake
yeah.
up in the morning, where this is definitely more along the lines of adventure horror,
Yeah.
where it's fun, it's shiny, it's very reminiscent of Chuck's older work,
Right,
which
so
I'm a huge fan of.
Same.
So
Yeah, yeah.
So jumping into that was like a lot of fun.
Let me ask you, besides tonight's movie, what's your favorite modern horror movie maybe of the last 5-10 years? What's blown you away?
You know, the Conjuring series is when I first
Yeah.
realized Blumhouse was really onto something.
Yeah.
So I actually love them all. I can't wait to see Longlegs. I'm a Nick Cage
Oh,
fan.
Longlegs, I've seen it twice.
I hear it's going to be terrific.
Tell me about your experience on set and how you approach getting ready for your role.
I got it kind of last minute. I was one of the. I came in. They were already shooting a couple weeks, and I got a call from Chuck. Didn't know him, and he was just very complimentary, and we kind of spoke the same language right away.
And he liked your past work, right?
Yeah. And I liked his past work, and it was kind of a no-brainer once I talked to him and read the script. I liked the script,
Yeah.
and he seemed like a cool guy. I look for just like cool, interesting directors to work with, and
Yeah.
he's one of the best.
I've been waiting to get back to horror for a while.
Yeah.
And this story, the structure of it, lets me do things visually as a director, things with this great young cast. Basically, I wanted to make sure everything I hadn't done in horror, I wanted to try to top my other films.
Yeah.
And the fans have been so great that still care about those films.
Yeah.
I wanted to give them something else that was my best shot at the genre.
I think it was like the third or fourth day, Chuck comes up to me and he said something along the lines of like, thank you for entrusting me with like what it is that we're going. He's like, I know that it was probably a lot that was asked of you in such
Yeah.
little time. And he gave me a nice compliment that at the time I was like, fuck, maybe I didn't need that right now because, when you're in it, you're in it. But he was like, you're standing toe to toe with Jamie Campbell Bower. He was like, he's like, that's good enough.
Obviously, Jamie being in this too.
Yeah.
Was it fun for you to get on set with him?
Yeah, I have no scenes with Jamie though.
Oh, you didn't get
I
to
met
see
him
anything with
briefly.
him?
No,
Okay,
no.
so we haven't gotten to see the movie.
So,
so
yeah,
we don't,
no
we're totally-
spoilers,
Yeah,
but,
okay.
Spoiler alert, I'm not in any scenes with Jamie.
Jamie Campbell Bower, met him before, talked to him, sweetest guy that you'll ever meet.
It's amazing.
But I'm sure when he turns it on,
Oh, no.
yeah.
It's amazing. There's real charisma there.
Yeah.
He'll give you goosebumps watching his performance in person.
My first week was right opposite Jamie Campbell Bower, and it was like, it was intense,
Vecna,
man.
dude.
Yeah, exactly. It was very fucking intense.
And he's just a terrific actor. I promise you, he'll be doing other genres. He's in the tradition of the great English actors.
And not a bad-looking kid either.
He's very attractive.
Yes, he is.
Even when he's murdering somebody.